Oh wow, I cannot believe I'm making a video this late at night, but this may be my last 2022 video of the year, and I want to get through a few things here in relatively quick fashion. Just been really an insane day. I woke up and there was ice all over the sidewalks and the walks, and the entire driveway was iced over. Nothing you could do about it. Eventually I found out you can chip the ice off in chunks, but I only got about 10 or 15% of the, no, not even that. But I at least got some of the front patio, or out the garage, to just direct out to the garage. I got some of that, and I got a quarter of the sidewalks. It just absolutely it just went on forever, and I just totally ruined my arms, and my hands were just totally, on fire after I got done with it. I spent a good probably 3 hours chipping away ice today, at least. It was exhausting. But the video is not about that. The whole valley was just, screwed over. Just from Salem to Portland and whatever was just ice city and jackknife trucks and people not going on the roads. It was just nuts. And as opposed to melt today, as essentially today, it's today already. Before I forget, what I want to talk about is several people have wanted me to show off some of my Topps Buyback cards. Now, if you don't understand what buybacks, I know I have a lot of people that still don't understand what a buyback is. Essentially, somebody that worked with Topps, had this great idea that they would technically buy back their cards. Now, where Topps got them is up into question. I guess there's one guy that procured a whole bunch of cards, but essentially they just took whatever cards that they could get on hand, whether it was a poor condition or a super high condition card, and they just foil stamped them with some sort of a logo on it. So like the vintage Topps logo from the 60s and 70s, or maybe like the 1980s, 90s type logo that was foil stamped in the corner. Maybe it was for like American Pie non-sport set. Or maybe it was even for like the 75th anniversary non-sport set. And it's really amazing because you would not think about this, but sometimes I would go to the value box, the LCS, and I would find buybacks in there because A, they didn't understand what they were, B, they didn't see them, and C, it was just a beat up common and nobody else was looking for it, so just threw it in a 25-cent box. And that's pretty cool to find. I found a bunch of them in there. A lot of the other companies did that as well too. I think Upper Deck, and there's some Donruss buybacks, and I think it was just a craziness. And sometimes they would buy back cards only a couple years old, and then there was a lot of confusion in what that card was. But completists want those cards for their master sets, and there is no list of how many cards were stamped, and if all the cards in the set were stamped. Some of them were special edition, more expensive buybacks with different levels and tiers. So they had, blue foil and gold foil and silver foil and bronze parallels. It's just absolutely maddening. But I wanted to explain that a buyback can be had anywhere at the lowest COMC price, around 35 cents. I found some for that price, and that's what some of these are. And then you see the next person selling one for $55 because it could be like the star of the set or what have you. And it's just, but I will say that I looked up on eBay, and there were several people that almost super collected a complete buyback set. I think I found somebody had completed an ET set from like 1982 or 83, including all the stickers, and some sort of buyback form, which is absolutely insane because I think they were 1 in 24 packs. Probably what happened is when the set came out and everybody was loading them up on eBay, he purchased every one. That's probably what happened. Aside from the few that he pulled. But we're going to get into this, and we just chose 1 year this time. And this is 1973 Topps, and I'll just show you the few that I have. I'm not going for a master set, and they're all different versions here. So we have a really cool Hal McRae here, and I hope you'll be able to see that, but it says Topps Original, and it has a date there. I forget what year that was. So that's 15 or 16. So that probably came in a regular, like 2015 Topps set there. And Hal McRae was a semi-star, pretty good, decent player. It's not centered very well, but its corners are really decent for a Topps buyback. Sometimes you want to get a best example as you can. But what's interesting is somebody bought a bunch of cards that were some kid's collection many years ago, and then it got altered by Topps. Here is Willie Davis, on the Dodgers. It looks like he's almost getting hit by a pitch or something. I have no idea what's going on there. And there's some sort of catcher. At first I thought that was Lazinski, but I don't know who that is I don't know who that is for the catcher. Not Lazinski, never mind. But there's the original buyback. They barely squeezed it on there, barely fit it on there. Sometimes it's really comical seeing some of the cards, they stamp over somebody's face. Now this is a 75th anniversary buyback, so it's got the Topps with a 75 in the corner here. This is Steve Dunning, so that's really cool. And the backs are, of course, normal cards. So like the confusion is, people think that these are, you know, modernly printed cards or some other kind of parallel. No, they're actually, they just like somebody, it's like, you know, going out to Facebook Marketplace and buying a bunch of cards. It's just all a, you know, mixed bag. You don't know what you're going to get. And then that's exactly what these buybacks are. You just never know what you're going to get. I think these are all ComC purchases. Here's Mike Paul. Now some of these were Burbank sports cards and a few other sites like that. I think there was 2 Bros sports cards, and I bought every one that I could get. Here's a original buyback of Mike Paul. Now this one is autographed because I sent it TTM, and some of these buybacks were actually in better conditions than the one I had. And the even crazier thing is these hard to find buybacks that were randomly inserted into modern packs. Sometimes one of the better examples was the lowest price card on ComC. Here's Johnny Briggs. That's an amazing condition. I mean, it's a VGEX in really, I mean, pristine condition there. I mean, it looks like it was printed yesterday. It was like it was just pack pulled. This is, I mean, even better. It's a near mint card. It's really a near mint card. And it was at some ridiculous, like 37 cents or whatever. And I accidentally purchased another Johnny Briggs. Here is Dick Billings. I'll try to show you the autograph there. That's one I got autographed by him. And again, I did not care if it was centered properly. These came out of my 1973 set binder. So if I'm building a 1973 set, it's just like anything else. These were originally 1973 cards, and they still are. They've been altered by my autograph that I had him put, or his autograph that he's put on there, and altered by this. And it just adds some mystery and coolness to the master set that I'm eventually building. Then we have here, not of buybacks, but for the 73 set, a really good condition Rob Gardner. I wasn't really worried about condition, but I ended up with a lot of high quality ones here. Rob Gardner, that's really pretty cool. We're already down to 3 more here. Bill Parsons, nothing to do with NASCAR here, but anyway. Oh no, that's Benny Parsons, I'm sorry. It's really late. But again, a lot of these are the, this is an original buyback. Also, you have to realize some of the logos are very tiny, and I wanted the ones that showed up very well because then you can obviously see that it was. Here's Dick Tidrow. So there's that one there. That's a little off-center with a little fold in the corner, I mean a little bend in the corner, but you know, and you know the funny thing is a lot of the damage that happens on these cards is after the fact that Topps got it, because maybe Topps got it and they didn't take very good care of the card, they just threw it in the corner, or maybe the customer that bought it afterwards didn't take very good care of it, and there's Rich Hand. So some of those guys might sign. I have to look and see if Rich Hand signs, and maybe Tidrow, who knows. But that is really cool. Now I have to go get these put back in my binder. But that's just a very quick look into some of my buybacks. I'm hoping to pick up some of the non-sports ones because that seems really cool. But again, like the non-sports stuff, sometimes people have you over a barrel. They wiped out like all the ET cards, and there could be somebody that doesn't have all the ET cards. I found some guy that completed almost, it had a near set of Welcome Back Cotter. That's absolutely insane because there was at least 40 odd cards of that set. And then I found some that he missed. So did Topps do like just one Welcome Back Cotter set and nothing else? It's possible that Topps did for every set in their, they may have done one card for every set. So if you buy that one card, is that the only example? That would be interesting to find out how Topps did their buybacks for some of those smaller sets there. Really interesting. So I'm at the 10-minute almost. Hopefully I'll be able to see my family today because my brother came in with his family and I saw him the day before yesterday, but they were locked in. They couldn't get to here, and I couldn't visit with the niece and nephew, so that was unfortunate. But hopefully the rain is coming very soon and we'll be able to have a good old time on today and on Christmas Eve, I believe is what it is. The 24th, yeah, okay, amazing. So hopefully we'll have some good times, and thank you for watching.